CrossPoint and friends, this is Pastor Dave. It's good to be able to talk with you a little bit today. I want to give you a quick update for Tuesday, March 24th. I first want to say thank you to everyone who joined us for our live stream on Sunday. We never lost the feed. Everything went really well, and I'm excited about being able to continue to connect with you guys through our live feed. I'm really encouraged by the number of people that we had join us, and I think that number could continue to go up. One of the ways that you guys can help us out and to keep encouraging and reaching more people is just by sharing a link to our live feed on Saturday nights and Sunday mornings. On social media, you can share the event with people. You can share these videos with people. Share them on your timeline on Facebook, and more people I think will continue to connect with us that way. I keep touching my face. I know I'm not supposed to do that. But that's one way. Since we can't invite people to church, we can invite them to watch our live stream. Someone invited a bunch of their friends last Sunday, and a couple of them tuned in. So those are people that don't go to our church, that are unbelievers as far as we know. So that's one way we can keep reaching people with the gospel of Jesus. I want you to know that we're very thankful for the donations that have come in to provide lunches for families and students next door. Some students came over today and grabbed lunches. They continue to do that. Not a lot of students, but some. So I want to say thank you for the donations. Right now we have more than enough to continue to provide lunches for another week or so. So let's see how that goes. And I wanted to share a verse with you today that has really encouraged me the last couple of days, or a couple verses from the book of Philippians, chapter 4, beginning in verse 4. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. This is a really powerful passage towards the end of the letter to the church in Philippians. And the people that Paul is writing to are struggling with opposition. They're struggling with internal conflict and pressure from the outside. They're struggling with a lot of things, and these are some of Paul's last words in the letter. And he wants to remind them that it's really important for them to dwell on things that God is doing. And I know that's a theme that Don and Sharon talked about yesterday, and Dave and Melissa talked a little bit about. Just this idea that whatever's true, whatever's noble, whatever's right, whatever's praiseworthy, whatever's pure and lovely and admirable, if anything is excellent and producing good, those are the things we should think about. And I've been thinking about that a lot. I've been thinking about where God is at work. I've been thinking about one mom who reached out to me recently and said that her teenage son, who never wants to come to church, has been talking to her and her husband about Jesus and asking questions about God and what's going on in the world right now. That is something that wasn't happening before. I'm thinking about people who are receiving encouraging cards from each other in our church, people who are receiving anonymous cards and envelopes, even with money in them, just to encourage and help people who might be in need at this time. I'm thinking about the text messages and notes of encouragement I've received from some of you from this past Sunday to encourage me to keep on providing gospel-centered, Christ-centered content every day and every week. I'm thinking about all the different things that God is doing. I'm thinking about a conference call that I'll be joining in about a half hour here with about 20 other pastors, local pastors in our area, to talk about different challenges that we're facing and how we can navigate through those challenges and continue to encourage and equip our people to live lives that are worthy of the gospel. And those are all things that are worth thinking about and meditating on. And when I do experience worry and anxiety, according to God, I need to bring those things to Him, continually bring all of my needs to God. And even though the Apostle Paul says, don't be anxious about anything, don't worry. Even he struggled with anxiety at times. I mean, even in chapter 3, I think it was, actually chapter 2, he says, I want to send you Epaphroditus again, and so that when you see him, you may be glad, and I may have less anxiety. So Paul knows what anxiety is about. He struggled with it. He struggled with anxiety and worry sometimes. But he says that when it comes down to it, we have nothing to worry about because we have a God who is fully in control and who fully loves us, and he is near to us. He never leaves us in our trouble. He's with us, and he wants us to reach out to him every moment of every day. So I wanted to encourage you with those words today, and I look forward to seeing you again. I'm praying for you. You're going to start hearing from more of our CrossPoint family in the coming days and weeks ahead as we provide daily updates and words of encouragement for you. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any needs or concerns or praises or words of encouragement. I love to hear from you during this time. I miss you guys, and we'll stay in touch.